Hey, my name is Adrienne Brown, the homeschool mom of 8, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the things we have done thus far in 2022 and where we're going in 2023. Watch this. That New Year's celebration. Well, for me, we actually stayed home. My husband and I, we stayed in the house and we watched the movie. And when we saw that it was almost time for the ball to drop in New York, that's when we turned the TV to the channel and watched it. But other than that, we just had a quiet, relaxing time at home, and the kids were sleeping, to be honest with you. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to you about the new year, 2023, which I cannot believe it's here already. Let me give you a rundown as to what's been happening in my homeschool. As you know, I'm the homeschool mom of 8, and currently I am still homeschooling 3. All the other ones are gone. My grown kids have left the nest a few years ago, and I am still here finishing up with the last 3. This is my I've been homeschooling for 26 years. 26 years now, off and on, different grade, and I have always had different grade levels, to multiple grade levels to contend with, right? And this year is still the same. I have a 4th grader, a 8th grader, a 4th grader, 8th grader, and a senior. And my 4th grader is coming along by leaps and bounds. As you know, that I've mentioned on my other videos, she had to really work hard to get her reading to a point to where she was happy and she felt satisfied and proud of herself for reading. And I am so very proud of her. It took a lot of work, a lot of effort on my part and everybody in the house. We all rallied behind her to help her to comprehend, to understand reading, because she deals with apraxia. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's apraxia is when it's kind of hard for you to control the muscles in your tongues to make them correlate with what you're trying to say. Something like that's I'm not a speech therapist, but that's the basics that's where I understood it. But anyway, that is doesn't bother her anymore. Is probably still there, but she has overcome it from all the constant practicing and drilling and modeling of reading with her, having her watch our mouths as we read, listen to us as we read, and she is doing such a very good job. She's still working on the comprehension, and I'm doing that by using worksheets that are short stories where she have to read the little short stories and go back and answer some of the questions. That's part of our curriculum. I use predominantly Abeka, and those comprehension checks are actually built into their curriculum. So, and I love that about Abeka. Anyway, I just wanted to share some of the books that she's been reading. I don't know if you're familiar with these illustrated classics. Years ago, I went to Walmart and walked through Walmart, and they had all of these classics. They have like Rebecca of Sunnybrook. They have like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. They have I can't even think of all of the different books, but Frankenstein. The classic stories, and they have them in this form. And these books are about 240 pages to 300 pages, and she is flying through these books. She loves them. Also, she's like, do you know the Boxcar series? This is an old series. Remember, I have a whole library of books downstairs because I've been homeschooling for 26 years. And this is an old series, but this is my oldest daughter. She loved this series, and she handed it down to her sister, and she's reading those. And Beverly Clearly, her books. We have a lot of her books, and this one is called Socks. Anyway, that's just some of the books that she's been feasting upon since she has the freedom to read for herself. And I remember when she was learning, we always told her you're gonna be so happy when you can read for yourself. You're gonna be so happy when you don't have to count on anyone else to read for you. And she is. And also now in math, she is doing really well in math. She's learning new concepts like three-digit multiplication. That is hard. Believe me, it is taking her some time to get how to line the numbers up so that she doesn't add the wrong thing, or to not go from adding to not skip from multiplying to adding, which is something young kids do all of the time, which I don't understand it, but I guess that's a thing. But anyway, so that and she's the other thing that is she's learning. She's 4th grade. She's learning she has to take the problem off the book and put it in her notebook. Like I give them all like little notebooks like this, where they have to write like long problems like that. They have to write it in a notebook. And so that's proving to be, she had to get used to it because she didn't want to do that. They don't want to go from the book to the notebook, which I find, and I think is easier, and it gives them more space to do the calculations. Anyway, so I'm trying to get her to see that. And the other thing that our 4th grader is doing, she's working hard on spelling. That's all part of that apraxia and dyslexia and remembering things. So, but we're working on that. And something that she really loves is history and science. She would just read through those books without me telling her. So I love that. And so we're working on getting her through her program to finish the year out. And now my 8th grader, he is doing, let me mention one more thing about my 4th grader. She is learning to do, the factoring box. She's just gotten introduced to that this week. And at first she was like, I don't get it. What is this all about? So that is something, a challenging subject that she's tackling now. And now my 8th grader, he is in pre-algebra. First when the curriculum first started off, the text started off, it's like math that he was used to doing, right? And then eventually they gradually put him into letters and signs and graphs and all those type of things, and using rulers. So he's doing very well. His first, once I sit down and I help him to understand it, myself and his older sister, it helps him, and he begins to comprehend it. And then the tools that I like to use, one major tool that I always tell every homeschooler to get is a chalkboard, because they need to get on that chalkboard and write that stuff out so they can not only see it and hear it, but they can actually write it themselves, and that helps with the comprehension of different things. That's not only math, that's reading all of the subjects. Anyway, so he's doing that, and in his language this year, he's having to do character sketches. Yes, character sketches. And that's where he has to go and get a particular personality, and figure out and write about that personality in a nice paragraph, and it has to be real, complete sentences with a topic sentence and a closer. He has to do all of those things. Also, he's doing this year, every week there's a current event, which means he has to go online and do research. And we watch the news every night, pretty much every night. So he gets an idea from that. And it's a good idea for him to watch the news and then decide, okay, let me go look this up and do research for myself. And then he has to come back and tell me about that particular current event. And the history is, oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, it's American history this year. That's what he's working on. And we're slowly going through these workbooks. And I think that next year I'm going to incorporate more readers and books from the library. This year I have not been going, or last year either, because I don't know, because of COVID, it kind of like threw me off and has kept me from sitting in places like that. Like I used to go to the library all the time, but it's time. I know that it's time for me to start that back up. Plus, I have built my library downstairs solely so that I didn't have to go to the library every week. But that has made me kind of lazy, and I know I need to start back up, and I will soon. Anyway, so that's where he is. And as far as outside activities, they both had a chance to do soccer. They just finished that last month, soccer, and they did swimming. And my senior actually got a chance to swim this year too. But usually every year I love to put them in band because I want them to learn and know some type of instrument of their choice. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing with my 8th grader. And the senior, she has completed a few college classes. I think, she took chemistry this year. She has taken chemistry, and she got an A in that class actually at the local community college. And now in about 2 weeks, I think she's getting ready to take physics, because see, these are the classes. This is what I always tell homeschooling parents, that just because you don't know chemistry or physics doesn't mean that your child can't take it, because you can go to the local community college, or you can get in a co-op, or you can get video programs. But the reason why I like to put my kids in a class is because I don't know physics and chemistry, and I don't want to hinder their learning in any kind of way. So I want to put them up under a teacher who know these things, and that helps me out tremendously. Anyway, and so she's getting ready to start that, and basically at home she's with the homeschool curriculum. She's still doing pre-calculus. She's working on that and United States history. And what else? I can't even think of what else she's doing. Oh, she has to do, I think she has to do another language, finish another language. Anyway, but this is basically her last year, and I'm trying to move her on and get her finished so that she can go, and we will have a graduation 23 this year. In June, we will have, that will be our 5th graduation. And it's going to be exciting. She'll be the first girl to graduate from our homeschool. So we have to buy all the different regalia, the boys, there's a huge homeschool graduation that's held in Richmond every year. So we'll be doing that, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Anyway, so that's how 2022 has been for us in homeschooling. And as far as me, I've been learning and working up on myself too, learning different softwares, learning how to create videos like this, learning how to use Adobe's Premiere Pro to edit my videos. I'm learning how to manage a YouTube channel. Yay! And how to populate social media. Remember, homeschooling is not just about sitting down at books and not just about the kids. It's about me too, working on myself. So I encourage you as a homeschooling parent to don't give up on yourself either. You have to learn something new. But it's worth it. It's not easy every day. And sometimes with me, I'm on my second bunch of kids, and I'm getting to the point to where I'm tired. and I don't feel any shame about saying that I'm getting tired, but I enjoyed every moment, and I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Anyway, but like I said, I just wanted to give you an update, or just let you know what I'm doing in the new year for homeschooling. My name is Adrienne Brown. I am the homeschool mom of 8, and this is my channel. If you want to see other videos from me, just look at the one up there in the corner. I'm sure it's there somewhere. There's a video coming that you can click on and learn more about the things that I do in my homeschool. And also you can click down in the description and find, in the description and find links to my website and to some free guides that I have for you new homeschooling parents. And if you would like to schedule a free 30-minute call with me, there's a link down in the description for that too. So please help me out here and like my video and leave a comment if you enjoyed the video. My name is Adrienne Brown. Once again, I'm the homeschool mom of 8, and I wish you a happy new year. Bye.